Hey there, fishing friends! Your old buddy is back with another exciting forecast, and today we're diving deep into what Friday, November 21st, 2025 holds for us anglers across Canada. Now you might be thinking, November, isn't it getting a bit chilly for serious fishing? And to that I say, my friends, this day is going to be special. We're talking about a true transition day across the vast Canadian waters, where the shift from late fall to early winter fishing will be in full swing. We'll uncover why this particular day will offer some unique opportunities but also present some challenges, so stick around to learn all the tricks for a successful outing. First up, let's talk about some of our favorite fighters. For those of you chasing Lake Trout and Northern Pike, November 21st is shaping up to be a decent day, especially in the larger, deeper lakes where ice hasn't fully set, or for early ice fishing in the far north. My experience tells me that these predators will be actively feeding before the deep freeze truly sets in. Look for lake trout near structure on deeper main lake points and humps, typically at depths of 20 to 40 feet. For pike, target weed lines on main lake bays, particularly those with access to deeper water, or along drop-offs where baitfish might be congregating. As for what to use, for lake trout, try jigging spoons or heavy tube jigs in chrome or white, worked aggressively near the bottom. For northern pike, larger swim baits, jerk baits, or even spinnerbaits in natural baitfish patterns will be effective. Remember, a slower retrieve can often trigger a strike from cold water fish. Now for the persistent panfish pursuers and walleye warriors, walleye and Keats yellow perch can be surprisingly active this time of year, especially in those slightly warmer, more southern waters like Lake Simcoe, or even some larger river systems in southern Ontario. For walleye, concentrate your efforts on deeper flats near river channels or along steep breaks, particularly during low light conditions. Vertical jigging with a minnow-tipped jig or blade baits in metallic colors can be deadly. Perch, those ever-hungry little guys, will be schooling up in deeper basins, often around 20 to 30 feet. A small drop-shot rig with a tiny soft plastic or a teardrop jig tipped with a maggot or a piece of worm will get their attention. A little tip from your buddy here: in colder water, scent can make a huge difference, so don't be shy with your favorite attractant. Moving on to our conditions analysis, let's break down what Mother Nature has in store for us. The weather across Canada on November 21st, 2025 will be, as expected, quite chilly and varied. We're looking at air temperatures generally ranging from about 25 degrees Fahrenheit or -4 degrees Celsius in some eastern and northern parts to around 46 degrees Fahrenheit or 8 degrees Celsius in more southern and western regions. Specifically for central parts like southern Ontario, temperatures might hover around the 5 to 8 degrees Celsius mark or 41 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit, with a good chance of precipitation, possibly rain, turning to a mix as you go further north. Expect moderate winds generally from the west or southwest at around 12 to 14 miles per hour. This westerly wind can create a chop on larger lakes, which often stirs up baitfish and can sometimes stimulate a bite, but it also makes boat control a bit more challenging. The atmospheric pressure will likely be in a fluctuating state, typical for late fall, which often makes fish a bit more unpredictable and can trigger them to feed aggressively before a cold front, or shut them down afterward. So, watch the trends, not just the single reading. Water temperatures are predictably cold. In many northern lakes, water temperatures will be hovering just above freezing, paving the way for ice formation. In larger, deeper lakes, in more temperate zones, like the Great Lakes region, surface temperatures will likely be in the range of 5 to 11 degrees Celsius, or 41 to 52 degrees Fahrenheit, with deeper sections remaining more stable. This cold water slows down the fish's metabolism, meaning they'll be less active but still need to feed, often preferring larger, higher protein meals when they do. Now for a bit of lunar lore. On November 21st, 2025, we'll be in a Begit, waxing crescent phase of the moon. It's only about 1 to 2% illuminated and just 1 or 2 days old since the new moon. Traditional fishing wisdom often links the waxing crescent phase to a period of increasing fish activity as the moon's light gradually returns. While the illumination is minimal, many anglers believe the fish start to feel the pull, becoming a bit more confident in their movements. It's a time for potential rather than peak activity, as the moon begins its journey towards fullness. Overall, the general biological activity of fish across Canada on this day will be characterized by a significant transition. Many species are either moving into their wintering grounds, preparing for or recovering from fall spawning, like some whitefish and trout species in the Northwest Territories, or actively feeding in preparation for the harsh winter. We'll see ice fishing kicking off in earnest in regions like Lake Winnipeg and Lake Athabasca, targeting walleye and lake trout. Meanwhile, in southern Ontario, muskies might still be active in places like the Detroit River, chasing baitfish. Saltwater salmon fishing, particularly for Chinook, might be hit or miss in British Columbia, with most operations winding down. Therefore, I'd give the overall fishing assessment for Canada on November 21st, 2025, as capricious to good. The capricious nature comes from the fluctuating fall conditions and the onset of winter, but the good opportunities arise for specific species in specific locations, especially for those willing to brave the chill and adapt their tactics. My gut tells me that anglers who focus on deeper structure and slower presentations will have the best luck, especially when coupled with a bit of scent or a live offering. So, my friends, that's the lowdown for November 21st. Remember, every day on the water is a gift, and with the right knowledge, you can make it a successful one. I wish you all nothing but tight lines and screaming reels. May your nets be heavy. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a big thumbs up if you found this helpful, and definitely drop a comment below telling me what your plans are for these late fall outings or what's biting in your neck of the woods. Tight lines, everyone!